Thinking about buying a franchise? Don't go it alone. Just like a buyer's agent in real estate, you deserve someone who's on your side every step of the way. That's where Todd Abraham, the franchise guy, comes in. Todd's consulting services are completely free to anyone looking to buy a franchise. He'll represent your interest, make sure all your questions are answered, and walk you through the entire buying process. With Todd in your corner, you'll have the best chance for success from your first call to the day you hold the keys to your new business. So before you buy a franchise, talk to someone who knows the industry inside and out and works for you. Call Todd Abraham, the franchise guy, today at 423-381-0925 for a free, no-pressure consultation. That's 423-381-0925. Your future in franchising starts here. Good evening and welcome to the Franchise Marketing Systems Client Spotlight Podcast on franchiseradio.net. My name is Todd Abraham. I'll be your host for this 30-minute fun-filled podcast. We always have a lot of fun on these interviews because every franchise that we present here is a great opportunity for entrepreneurs who are looking to start a business that's already proven it can be successful, and it's what I call plug and play. Because, when you start your own business, you have to do everything. You have to create the logo and the website and everything. But when you buy a franchise, you are buying into a system that's already got all that done for you. And again, it's plug and play. So the fun part about tonight's podcast is that we're talking to Jake Feury from Stretch Recovery Lounge. And you can't see him, but I can. But this guy is built like a pro wrestler. And I told him, I said, if the Stretch Recovery Lounge thing ever fizzles out, he can always be a pro wrestler because he's got the perfect name for it, Jake Feury. But Jake, you told me that your brother, tell us your brother's name. You said his name's more perfect for it.
Yeah, his first name is Blaze. So that definitely wins the name competition.
I wonder
me for sure.
I wonder if your parents, if that was running through their mind when they named you guys, it's like, man, it's like it. Maybe they'll be pro wrestlers when they grow up, But anyway, so Jake, welcome to the program, brother, and tell us a little bit about yourself and this awesome business that you call the Stretch Recovery Lounge. Which, by the way, if you're listening, I think you guys have 6 locations now? Yeah. So tell us all about it.
Yeah, so we are a one-on-one assisted stretching facility. So we provide one-on-one assisted stretching sessions. Basically, the experience is you come into the studio, lie down on a comfortable stretch table, and we help improve your mobility, your flexibility, your range of motion by providing stretch sessions. And increasing your flexibility can have a lot of benefits athletically, day-to-day. Sleeping, stress. There's a number of reasons why it's helpful, and that's what we try to do. We try to improve people's quality.
So what gave you the idea to start this business?
So my original foray into the construction space came from it. 3 years. I was a rugby player and get really banged up, got a lot of injuries. And for me, it actually came during college. I had a really bad back injury, and I tried a lot of different modalities, traditional physical therapy, core strengthening, to work. It was all very helpful, but it didn't quite get me to the finish line. Eventually, I realized how much the hamstrings, glutes, hips, and lower mobility affects the lower back. Finally, I was like, that's going to be my next thing. I'm going to really focus on mobility and improve myself. It's really debilitating. Two fractures in my I was able to get back on the field and finish the professional career. Success to
That's awesome. So did you actually go for any of that kind of therapy and then you thought, hey, I can make a business out of this, or just something that you kind of come up with on your own?
Yeah, so I had the benefit on my own that it was the type of thing that shouldn't just be available to people who it's at a high level. I thought it was a service and need for the general population, particularly because in your prevention stuff, it can be so. I think part of the reason that I had so many reviews is focused on it, and I felt like it's something that not only can help people dealing with the same pain that I have, but also prevent it from which is really neat service that right now only really elite level athletes have access to. We make that available in more of a retail setting. So that was the idea, kind of bridging the gap between athletes and
Right. So, how many years has Stretch Recovery Lounge been in business?
so our first facility opened in October of 2020. So that puts us right around.
And then, how long has it been since you added your last location?
We added our last location in December of 2020. So that's out 10 months ago.
And then how long have you guys actually been a franchise?
We've just started franchising this year, 2024. So we took care of all like the paperwork and legal and the things, and we're starting to talk about franchising.
Right. And so if you're listening, the website is stretchrecoverylounge.com, spelled just like it sounds. It's a really awesome website. I'm not sure who did it for you, but man, it looks really good. It gives you a very good idea about the interactive, how they do what they do, and how professional the staff and the facilities look. I think that's awesome. In a world that would seem like every uniform standard is going out the window, it's nice to see, a company like yours that's still sticking to that good, strong professional uniform image. And if you're looking to franchise with them, there is a link right there at the top of the website that says franchise with us. So, tell us about the franchise side of this. What is the franchise fee? What's the monthly royalty? And then what is like the standard all-in investment for someone to get started?
Yeah, so our franchise fee is $35,000 and monthly royalty is 6%. As far as the build out and the it can vary a little bit based on build out. But for the most part, we're looking around somewhere around 60 to 90K. It's definitely the type of business that you can tailor to kind of what the budget is a little bit, a little bit more things you look for and spend a little more time negotiating with landlords. You can keep that.
So, the neat thing about this, if this thing takes off and you have like 100 franchise locations in say 3 years, your signature and your email is going to be almost unreadable. Because if you look at Jake's signature in his email, he's got all six. It's very professional, but I was thinking, man, if he had like 100 locations, man, that would be a tough signature to read. So here's a neat question. How do you find the staff that actually does the stretch therapy? What kind of credentials do they need, and how does that work?
Yeah, we've never had a problem finding staff for our locations. There's really big need for this type of right now because there are a lot of exercise science, exercise physiologists type graduates who don't have yet. A lot of times they're on their way to getting a doctorate of physical therapy or thinking about getting a master's of athletic training and then getting divorced or something of that nature. There's not really a lot of great sites for people like that. Can definitely get into the fitness world. Fitness world isn't necessarily for everyone. Restricted. Closer towards a rehabilitative side. That's really great. So most of our staff either have bachelor's degrees in exercise physiology or exercise science or some sort of pre-med track. A lot of our staff are current EPT, therapy, occupational therapy students. We also have a number of people with athletic training degrees and massage therapy. also really like when people have fitness, personal training, fitness,
That's cool. Now, so let's talk about like how do you bill your clients? Is it some insurance? A lot of folks pay cash. How does that work?
the vast majority of it is cash based, mostly monthly recurring. 75%. We do offer one. There are some insurance programs that we're a part of that are generally kind of programs that people have access to through their employers, like large corporations, to their employees could give them access to different fitness facilities or massage therapy places. So we do work with some of those programs as well, and as well as health savings accounts and spending insurance benefits and pay for their stretches with free stuff.
So you have a program where people pay like a monthly subscription and they get so many sessions per month.
Yeah, that's the vast majority. When they first come in for their first session, we provide a consultation, we do a full evaluation, and based on what we're seeing and what their goals are, their frequency. So clients generally come anywhere from 2 times a month at minimum to 4.
That's cool. So who is the ideal candidate for a franchise owner with Stretch Recovery Lounge?
Yeah, we're definitely looking for a franchisee that is, open-minded and has a passion for the health and wellness space, and particularly new ideas in that space. Stretching's been around forever, very universally accepted as a unique service. So we're looking for people who want to do something new. This is the new concept. We need people who are excited about this new foray into the fitness and health and wellness space. The other important part is people who are good at relationship building. Our staff is a one-on-one service, so the whole backbone of the company is your team. If you don't have good people on your stretching team, then you really don't have all the tools and everything you need and the training standard to ensure that they can deliver the best sessions possible. But what you really need to do as a good operator is to manage your team well, keeping everybody treating them the right way. This way, you can retain those employees. That's really the human resources component of what we do is the most important. Some businesses have a huge gap and big upfront costs. That's not really the case for us. The barrier on that is not too much. People can get tripped up if they're a bad operator is with relationships. And so that's really important. And that also will extend to one-on-one service as well. So in the same way you have to keep your team together and being focused and moving forward, you also need to take that same approach to retaining all of your customers with your members and creating the best experience.
Right. So again, the website, we're talking with Jake Feury. No, he is not a pro wrestler. He is the owner of Stretch Recovery Lounge. They've got 6 locations now. They've been in business since 2019. The franchise fee, $35,000. The monthly royalty, 6%. The average all-in cost, including the franchise fee, is anywhere from $60,000 to $90,000, which, by the way, is a really good price for the average franchise price. That's very good. Anything that comes in under 100,000, like as your all-in investment, I think is a really good opportunity. Do you typically find in your facilities that your employee turnover is pretty low?
Yeah, we're able to keep people for quite a while. For sake, we've had the benefit of having success in building multiple locations. So when you have opportunities like that for a team to work in one facility and then maybe the other for a long time. So the hope for our franchisees would be to all have a similar experience to me, where you start off with maybe one location and then build that team further. That's a great to keep everybody invested and interested and excited.
So you're open to franchisees owning more than one location?
Yeah, it's worked out really well for me. So obviously I would love for you to do that. It really does help keep the team together. The first hire we ever made, actually, in September of 2019, when people for our first location, is still with us today.
That's cool.
So that's something we're really proud of. It's all the same success.
Now, what kind of a territory does one location typically, what kind of a population center does one location consume? Or
Yeah, so I mean, as far as like the geography and the radius, it'll depend
right.
on population density and whatnot. But generally, in the suburb areas, you're looking anywhere between 3 and 75. But we do look at each market individually and tailor it based on those types of commutes. People day-to-day traffic.
So how far approximately are your locations apart from each other? Do you know that? Or
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the closest any one of our locations, so they're all, there probably is some room for us to put some stuff in between certain areas, but they're all within a roughly 50 miles. So we have 6 in that region there, but yeah, some are as close as 50 minutes. If you travel from the furthest one to the furthest one,
that's pretty
really
cool.
has a lot of different highways that crisscross each and every way. So that's something you can really take into account. When sometimes even the two locations are somewhat close together, but they're on a different side of a big kind of junction.
That's cool. Did you ever imagine when you started this that it would be as successful as it is now?
Well, I mean, that was definitely always the goal. When I went into this, I had thoughts of making this more than just one location. I was really grateful that we should be successful. And ultimately, to try to, for the mission of the company, despite the system, but if we can do that on a scale, we need that. I'm definitely really grateful for doing some of this, but never really quite know what you're getting into. So, there's bumps in the road.
Yeah, but hey, Hercules, if you got bumps in the road, man, you're built to move them out of the way, man. Just use your Feury, man. That's what you got to do. That's cool. But no, I mean, it's like something, like I live in a small town called Athens, Tennessee, and like population wise, it's small, but it's a pretty busy thoroughfare. But I mean, even here, we've probably got like 6 or 7 physical therapy locations. I mean, in this small town, but nothing like what you offer, with the Stretch Recovery Lounge. But so again, the website, if you're tuning in, stretchrecoverylounge.com, spelled just like it sounds. The franchise link there is at the very top of the website. Again, like Jake was saying, franchise fee $35,000, monthly royalty 6%. Man, my brain just left me there. And then you have a 1% marketing fund, right? Like most franchises do.
Yeah, it's not kicked in at the moment, but that could be something that gets initiated right now.
Do you get a lot of referrals from your clients that come in for the service, and do you get a lot of referral business from like physical therapy locations?
Yeah, I mean, our current membership base is always like it definitely convert. So we love, generally people find something that they like. something. I think in any business that's really important. Service us, that's very convenient. Service you can start with testimony. So we benefit a lot from that. As far as other like facilities, definitely. The cool thing about fitness is most fitness and places like CSS, whether it's a group fitness gym, just a regular open gym, it's personal training, or massage, or any PT, they're kind of seen as a good adjunct to their services. So all those places are generally support.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool actually if you're spotting a location, if you could get a location right next door to like a gym or like you said, like a boxing gym or anything fitness related. I mean, even a physical therapy place. I mean, I would think it would be really good, because I can imagine people that need physical therapy once they get through that phase would probably need your service too as that final phase to really kind of get them, completely mobile and because especially the older you get, I mean, it just, we'll see old term stove up. I used to wonder, I see these elderly people out working their yard, they've been over the way. So why don't they just squat down? And as I get older, I realize that I know why they don't squat down now because it takes longer to get back up. But anyway, so again, Jake Feury with Stretch Recovery Lounge. And then it's wide open right now. So you just have the 6 corporate locations, but no franchisees yet, right?
No, we're really close to signing our first few locations up as franchisees. Officially, we're still just with us this corporate store. We should have exciting news soon.
That's cool. Yeah, and we, with the election over and, the fear factor's finally gone. I don't know why people in the election year, they get scared for whatever reason. But the good news is it's over and we can maybe get back to some normalcy. But so when a franchisee signs up with you, all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, they've paid the franchise fee and all that different thing. What is the typical turnaround time from the time that all that happens until they're actually able to open and then begin to receive clients?
Yeah, it definitely varies on to get themselves done. It could be
Right. And then how long does it typically take to train the staff in order to do what you do?
You can get your entire staff.
That's cool. And so will you be on site with them to do the training then?
Yeah.
When they open?
Yeah, every step of the way. So we're going to be with them on site at their place of facilities as well. So we're going to be with them every step of the way. Administration, HR, marketing, stretching. Unfortunately, I've been through it 6 times at this point. So
it's like riding a bicycle for you, right?
Yeah. It's just gotten way less of an ordeal for me at this point. So yeah, I think
that is good. I mean, that experience is very helpful. And I can just picture you maybe after about the 5th franchisee is like, no, watch, I'm going to do this with a blindfold tied on my face, tie one hand behind my back. I'm going to show you guys how easy this is,
it's not too bad. I mean, we've had some pretty incredible stuff. We've opened in as quickly as 4 days. So our Ridgewood location, we signed it up. We got our grand opening for.
So that leads to a good question. So as far as the location itself, is it good to be in a very visible location? Does that matter so much? Or, can they be somewhere that's maybe a little more off the beaten path and then just rely more on their marketing?
Yeah. So, in the age of digital marketing, the street exposure isn't as much of a concern as it used to be. I would say 5 or 6 locations are still more storefront. You have one location that's in more of like an office building kind of setting, but still soldier. So if you the answer is if you can have both, that's best. But in this age of digital state, you can kind of get away with this one. So if you can find yourself with some good visibility, walk by traffic isn't really that important. Traffic is more important. Assisted trucking isn't really an impulse buy, so you don't really need to be in the police center where people are walking. Something is more something that's planned ahead. I would, especially like in busy areas like we are in Jersey, we generally be a little bit off the main street.
That's cool. I just had the funniest thought. Remember that guy that was on those infomercials and he was just really buff and he had the long hair? That's who you remind me of. He'd get on that running machine, where you're not running, but it's like it's got the handles on it and, and I don't even know what they call it, but you know what I'm talking about?
You know what? I must have missed that commercial, but I'm going to have to look into that.
I can't remember the guy's name, but it was one of those home fitness deals, and this guy was like, man, like he had ate like a whole bottle of B12, man, and he was just always jacked up, and there was this one scene where he was actually on this machine, and it's that machine where you put your one foot in each thing and then it's got the handles on there and you're just going like crazy, and he would be on there with this lady, and it was hilarious, but I mean, I could just see you doing like an infomercial for Stretch Recovery Lounge, and just, man, this is so easy,
Noted. Keep that in mind.
And then you can get your brother on there, be like your mascot, it's like, this is Blade Feury. He's our mascot. So what do your parents think about your business? I think it's pretty cool.
Family has been really supportive. My family has been multiple generations, started a landscaping supply. Entrepreneurship has been in my family's been very resourceful. So she did an amazing resource for me. And then just having my brother and my sister as well. My sister's a professional rugby player. So from their inputs from the folks, I think overall, that's really important. Amazing. Full force.
Well, secretly, your parents are hoping that you'll do really well and be rich so you can take care of them when they get older. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, nothing wrong with that. We love our parents for sure. No, I'm jesting now. But so as we get ready to close here, tell us about how you connected with Franchise Marketing Systems and what's been your experience with them.
Yeah, Franchise Marketing Systems has been great. Really helping us with what tends to happen first and something like they get flooded interest, but feeling out and figuring out especially they really help with streaming. When I get to actually sit down and study, so that's from my end, as well as just
Right, and FMS was the one that actually created the franchise out of Stretch Recovery Lounge with all as far as the legal paperwork and everything.
Actually, for us, they were just because I didn't
know. Right. Yeah, you wish you did, right?
Yeah, I know that's one of the services they offer. consult for that. But, we figured it out. So, once we got that next step, learning something that's just helps streamline. Similar to franchising, you can help businesses roll with their vision of their business structure really, really easily. FMS can do that for franchisors and move, being a corporately. So it's kind of applying the same methodology, just to a different way. Yeah, to
Yeah, and that is one of the great things. Franchise Marketing Systems just got voted the best franchise consulting company in America for 2024. And what I love about FMS is that, like you said, because I'm a franchisor too. They actually did do all of my like legal paperwork and my business plan, all that sort of thing. But one of the facets, like you said, I love about them is they really help you to understand how to promote and market your franchise. Because, if you were like me, you want to become a franchise, you just don't know what you don't know. And, they have so much experience and so many consultants, so many team members, and they're all like just one unit. It's like a team of people that make up that one body, and all working together to help, their franchisors. So that's very cool. Well, Jake, man, this has been a lot of fun. Please tell your brother if he's built like you, don't come hunt me down and beat me up. I'm just joking. I get a knock on the door one day. Hey, I'm bleeding. I'm like, oh, hey. What? Let me go out the back door. No, I'm kidding. But, rugby is a very tough sport, man. I was I watched like 2 minutes of a match, man. I thought, man, that is so much more brutal than football, man, because there's no pads, man. And I mean, it's like that ball. If I just had to use an analogy, is got like $1 million in it, and everybody wants that $1 million, and they're going to do just about anything they can to get it. And I mean, it's like just watching. It's like that's got to be painful.
Yeah, I mean, rugby has its own challenges physically, and it has a lot of benefits too. It's like credit. So,
yeah, and
it's a great sport. I think sports in general.
actually, that's a really good marketing idea. When you go to the beach, they've got those little Cessnas pulling those banners behind them. That's what you need right there, man. You need that over every rugby match in the world. You have the little Cessna flying over that banner behind it. It says stretchrecoverylounge.com. I mean, just imagine how much business you'd get from that. But no, anyway. But so listen, appreciate your time, brother. Again, we're talking with Jake Feury, stretchrecoverylounge.com. All investment, 60 to 90,000. That includes the franchise fee. Good monthly royalty. In fact, the marketing fund of 1% hasn't even kicked in yet. 6 proven locations. That's a very good sign of potential success for any franchisee. And listen, if you're interested in buying a franchise with Stretch Recovery Lounge, contact me directly, Todd Abraham. My phone number is 423-381-0925. That's Eastern Standard Time. And we'll put you in touch with Jake and get the ball started. But again, Jake, any closing comments before we wrap up?
No, just thank you so much for having me. Feel free to check out social channel, Stretch Recovery Lounge. So, website, Stretch Recovery Lounge. If you're interested in stretch or opening up Stretch Recovery Lounge, you be more. Yeah. Thank you so much for
All right, brother. Yes, sir. Thank you. And let me get my mouse back here. I've got these mice that if you let it sit idle for long, you have to click it to make it go.